Well, time for a bit of a garden tour, I think. It's been a while, and things have come along a fair way in the last week even, because I haven't been here for a week, been on holidays. Might make a video about that. But for now, let's talk about green stuff. The greenhouse is pretty much empty now. I've planted out all my seedlings. I've got some gourds down there that desperately need planting out, but I don't technically have a spot for them yet. And I guess the main star of the show at the moment is this lot here. There's 2 wicking beds there, if you can't tell, and 4 tomato plants in each one, plus pumpkins and a few other things. They're all crowding for space at the moment and light, but yeah, there's 4 tomato plants sort of in a square pattern, and then I also snuck another one in the bottom corner of each because I had to put them somewhere. But the stems on these ones here are getting quite sizable. I'm going to have to upgrade the trellising system. I think they're starting to get a bit heavy, especially when it gets wet in the rain. And we've got pumpkins, big pumpkin leaves, big ones, look at that. And the end of the vine is over there, making its way for the pergola. More tomatoes. There's also some lettuce here that I planted from seed, which is bolted. Need to get all that out of there. There's more tomatoes in smaller pots because I just need somewhere to put them. And I forget what they're called, these. I think this is pumpkin called a golden nugget, but it doesn't grow in a vine shape. It grows more like a squash or a zucchini kind of plant, whereas this other pumpkin with the giant leaves, there's another one, another vine heading for the sky over there. I forget what that is, but that's actually a proper vine style. This apricot tree that I was planning to cut down last year but resprouted, so I gave it another hope, another chance. It's growing well, growing healthy. There's only 2 apricots on it though, but it looks a lot healthier than it did before I chopped it down. Got some zucchini plants here and a basil that I just transplanted from somewhere else. My rosella's not looking so good this year. I don't know why. I just I potted up these guys the other day, and I don't know what's up with them. Their leaves are a bit yellow and not doing as well as they did last year for some reason. The strawberries are starting to put on their main fruiting branches. See how there's one branch with numerous flowers on it? That seems to be the main harvest, comes off of flowers like that. This bed here is still a bit up in the air. I've got a couple of tomatoes in the corner. The herb garden thing's not supposed to be there. I've got 3 loofah plants planted in there, which the beans are overtaking. I'm a bit disappointed with the loofahs. I thought they'd be firing away a bit like the pumpkins over there, but they're just not. They're staying really small and growing really slowly, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe they need hotter weather. In here I've got dill, chives and basil. I'm going to need to thin all this out. So I just pulled a couple of basil plants out of there, replanted them. This is lemon balm, desperately needs pruning. The strawberries as well look really, really healthy, and we have been eating strawberries off them. There's another branch with lots of flowers on it. The compost I've been using for various things. Those 2 tomatoes there, self-seeded from some plant from last year. I don't know which one. It's probably cherry tomatoes, which is fine because I love cherry tomatoes. This lemon balm also has absolutely bolted in the last week. Need to prune that back. It's starting to go brown. just there I've got 3 cucumber plants, and again green beans that have self-seeded and just stolen the show. And we've also got a banana passion fruit up here, Passiflora mollissima, and that's found its legs and it's absolutely flying along. Still no flower buds yet, but still probably too cold, early days. Hopefully we get some flowers off this, because the flowers are quite spectacular and the fruit is delicious. So fingers crossed for that one. I harvested some potatoes out of here, and these potatoes here were planted later. They're starting to die off, so they'll be up for harvesting soon. Pretty happy with this rosemary that I grew from seed last year. Enough there to start using it in the cooking. More strawberries. The feijoa is flowering, but we don't have another plant, so we won't get any fruit. You need 2 trees to get feijoas, but you can eat the flower petals, that bit, and they taste kind of sweet, kind of nice, but the fruit are better, but just won't get any this year. This bed here has been pretty full of carrots at the moment. There's also a row of parsnips that you can't really see because it's been overrun by the carrot fronds falling over. And the garlic was a complete failure. I ended up pulling it all out because I was so annoyed with it. They kept dying, and even the healthiest ones, the stems were only about as thick as a shoelace, so it was just useless, waste of time. So I pulled them all out, and after I pulled them all out, these cucumber seedlings started looking a lot healthier. So I think the garlic was actually suppressing some things. I've got bunching onions in here now, and another tomato. I pruned the mandarin tree back really heavily, and it looks a lot greener now. Lots of nice new growth on there. Not so many flowers, but hopefully we'll get a handful of really big fruit this time, instead of hundreds of little ones. The lemon tree I did not prune, and that's looking fairly okay grain wise, and the number of lemons that I've got on it that have just set is astronomical. Going to have to thin them out by at least a half, otherwise the tree is going to break itself with weight of fruit, and it's still pumping out new flowers. So the tree's happy about something, but it just looks ugly. It always does. I think that kind of lemon just does look like that. More strawberry plants looking amazing here, like 12 inches tall. I've never seen them this green and this tall before. That alyssum along the top of the retaining wall I planted from seed last year. Didn't do so well last year, but it kind of grew all winter and actually started flowering back in winter, and now it's turned into a right royal carpet. It's actually snow cloth, that one, not royal carpet, but smells nice. And there is actually a aster fighting for space down here, so we'll see what comes of that. The fruit salad tree is doing its thing. See if I can get up there without tripping over. I pruned the plum back. I snipped all the ends off to try and slow it down, but it's just fired 5 new growing tips out of each branch that I snipped, and it's taking all the vigour from the tree again, so I'm not actually sure where to prune it now. Prune it back here somewhere, take all those growing tips off maybe, I don't know, got to slow it down somehow. And they're nectarines, starting to go blush coloured, so I probably should have thinned them out more. There's too many on there, so the fruit won't be very big, and the peaches ditto. They're putting on size, but I took about a dozen of them off, and there's still too many, but I might just leave it now. This bed is a bit of a disappointment. The corn that I had in here, absolute abysmal germination rate, probably like 20% out of 30 seeds. I got 5 plants, And then I planted some more seeds of a different kind in punnets, ditto, just terrible germination rate. It got like 4 seed germinating punnets out of 16 planted. And so there's another pumpkin in here, the vine sort, same as what was over there. And I also grew a different kind of calendula this year, a bit more of a showy one. All that stuff's yarrow. I think I have to pull half of that out because it's going to take the bed over. And that's about where we're up to. This little bucket here, there's just standard rock melons, cantaloupes, and moon and stars watermelons, but they look terrible, so I don't think they're going to come to much. So the cucurbits this year have been a bit hit and miss. What with the watermelon and the loofah looking so bad, but then these giant pumpkins have come good. They were actually showing signs of deficiency not long after I planted them out in here, but now you wouldn't know it. They've found their legs, so to speak. And yeah, that's about all I've got to show. And it's currently November, so the last month of spring. Looking fairly decent. Anyway, I'll stop yammering on. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.